All right, so I'm Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
And today we are talking about a very popular shoe from ASICS that kind of was hit or miss for people. For us, it was a miss. For Megan, it was a hit. For a lot of the athletes we've talked to, it's a hit. But I won't make you wait any longer. Robbie, what shoe is this?
The ASICS Novablast 2.
Boom, I love it when we get a 2. I think that there was some confusion originally when this came out. I think that the design was so simple and so elegant and not a lot of testing and run tests had gone into it, that they were like, hey, this is just a cool silhouette. It'll probably be something. I felt like originally they were gonna go like to Dick's with this or one of the big box stores. And what happened was everybody who saw this was like, that looks interesting. That looks like a running shoe. That looks like the direction we'd like to see ASICS going in. And I have to admit, when we saw this at Trey, it did get us excited about ASICS because this looked like a modern running shoe. There's no gel, there's no posting, there's no plastic around it. It's just a simple running shoe with a nice foam bottom. And if you felt the bottom, you're like, this feels like it could be something.
Because it was the first shoe to use Flytefoam Blast, which is their bouncy, thick midsole that everyone really kind of loves.
Originally, things that we didn't like about this shoe, we got it on and first try on the foot, I was like, wow, this feels great. It's bouncy.
First edition.
Yeah, I thought, wow, we're gonna love this shoe just trying it on because it felt like airy, bouncy, just soft cushion. But when we got it out on the run, just something wasn't working.
Yeah, I personally wasn't a huge fan of the first one. Like Thomas said, initial impressions were great, but on the run, once you got moving, it was okay, but there's a lot of instability in it for sure. It had a 10 millimeter drop, and the stack height obviously pretty big in the back there, and it just had...
It was just like loose in the back.
It was just that soft foam made it unstable for sure, and then everything else combined didn't help at all.
Yeah. And I thought it would feel fast, and this one just didn't feel fast for me. It just felt kind of sluggish. The softness of the foam kind of like...
Felt the same way.
It just kind of died out, and I was like, dang, I really want to love this shoe. Couldn't love it. However, Megan absolutely loved the shoe, and I don't know if you can see the dirt on this, but
she that up good.
She's probably put a couple hundred at least miles on this shoe, which is it doesn't sound like a ton because we get so many shoes that we're switching out of shoes that often.
It's a lot for Megan.
Yeah, so when you think about it, and she kept going back to this shoe, and up until the release of the Novablast 2 was still going back to this shoe for some easy miles. But you can tell, I mean, she's just worn it to death. The first one worked for her.
The people who love the first Novablast, like really love the first Novablast.
Yeah.
We heard a lot of really nice compliments from people who are just like, this is my favorite shoe. I can't believe I bought an ASICS again. I love it, whatever.
Yeah, definitely was a fan favorite if it worked for you.
Let's talk about the 2.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Because there have been some changes to this shoe.
Changes for the better, and finally, Robbie, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag.
Okay.
This is in my top 3 daily trainers for 2021. It's gonna be in my list. I'm trying to figure out which one is not only just works for me, but what will work for the most people. And I feel like the little changes that were made in this shoe make a huge difference in this shoe.
This definitely reminds me of just a very solid daily trainer. And we'll do some comparisons a little bit later. I like the changes a lot that they made, especially since we didn't really love the first version. So let's talk about some of those changes. Maybe we'll just start with the upper.
We've got a new double mesh upper. Do they call it jacquard?
Jacquard. I like to call it jackard.
Jean-Luc Jacquard, I like to call it.
Yeah.
You know, from Star Trek. Nerd. So you've got a new mesh, double jacquard, breathable, still got that open mesh feel to it, so you're getting the air in there. It's really comfy.
Yeah, super comfortable. And again, I feel like I've mentioned in every ASICS review, they do uppers really well. They know what they're doing. But guess what? Guess what we got on the tongue this time?
I love it. If you know I love it, what do you think is there?
Yeah.
It's a gusset.
The old gusseted tongue.
So you got a gusseted tongue, which actually adds to the comfort of the shoe. It's a little bit elastic, so it really gives you a nice snug fit over the arch. It does a really nice job. The tongue is padded without being egregious. It doesn't stick up way too high, which ASICS sometimes loves to have a high tongue. They didn't do it this time. Robbie, tell them what they did to kind of fix the stability of the heel.
For the upper, to fix some of that stability issues, they put a little TPU section in here.
Yeah.
TPU for you.
Locks it in heel-wise really nicely.
Yeah, so it provides a little bit more structure up there. And do you want to go into more of the stability stuff in the midsole?
Yeah, let's go down to the foam because it doesn't look like a ton, but what they did, these little tweaks, made this shoe runnable for me. Some of it just has to do with geometry.
Yeah, so put on your math goggles. Those are a thing. And we got this double layer of Flytefoam Blast here. So it's like stacks on stacks on stacks, but just 2 times.
Yeah.
And whereas the first one was just like one thick layer of Flytefoam Blast.
I mean, it's still one block of Flytefoam Blast, but it's how they treat it with these indents. You can kind of see on this shoe here, just one layer of the like, what would you call it? Architectural structure?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, let's go with that. And
origami.
Here, they doubled it up. So it's actually creating like a bridge, 2 bridges here that Robbie's talking about.
Yeah, I guess they're bridges. I mean, did they take you anywhere?
Madison County.
Yeah, Bridges of Madison County.
Yeah.
Who wrote that book? Is that a movie too?
It was a movie too. It was a movie and a book. And
yeah,
yeah, I did read it when I was like 19, idealistic young lad. But anyway.
And now here we are doing shoe reviews, so that didn't work out for you.
It worked out. It worked out just fine.
They also lowered the drop a little bit. It was a 10mm drop, now it's an 8mm drop, so that levels it out a tiny bit more. And whereas in the first version there was more of a, I don't know, I guess a
little more
bridge.
exaggerated arch. Yeah.
More of an arch or a bridge.
Yeah.
And we should take architecture classes to.
We should. That way we could bore you with architecture.
Yeah, because you're already
not just shoe reviews. I thought because it feels so much more stable, I thought maybe they flared out the front of the shoe, made it a little bit wider, but they didn't. It's pretty much the same width. We actually had a call with ASICS because we were like, I don't understand it.
I don't understand it, get on a call.
The shoe looks similar, but now it works. What did you do?
And they told us.
Yeah, and it's just these minor updates. The other thing that's interesting about this, other than the Metaspeed Sky, which I stayed with my normal size 10, I ended up going a half size down in this. So I'm wearing a size 10 in the Novablast too.
And I wish I would have went a half size down in this because I had just a little bit too much room in the toe there. It's not enough to make it unrunnable, but just like, I wish it was a little bit more.
It is in that weird space where it's just a little long. All the non-racing ASICS I've gotten, whether it's the Kayano, the Nimbus Light, all of those have run about a half size too big for me. This fits just about perfect. There's not as much room.
In a half size down.
Yeah, in a half size down. Not as much room as like a full thumb.
Yeah, it's like that weird in between thumb. I don't know.
But I will tell you, I love the fit. At a half size down, it just fits perfect.
Let's talk about the ride.
Smooth.
Yeah, very smooth.
Yeah. What I like about this shoe's ride, not only you get that nice cushioning from the Flytefoam Blast, but it has, I can see this little pod up here in the front, which gives you some feedback on your foot when you're running. It almost reminds me of like a Nike Pegasus, where they have the air pod up front. This isn't an air pod or anything, but I get some feedback right underneath the palm of my foot.
It reminds me a little bit of the Nike Pegasus. Like when you pick up the pace, it gets that little pop off.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not an air pod or anything. It's just a little diamond to rubber.
It's a Nair pod.
Yeah.
Remember Nair?
What is it, hair removal?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Isn't it still around?
I guess all the hair was removed so they didn't have to.
I mean, I stopped using it on my face. Really smooth ride. I did a 17-mile run in these for just easy paces. It was smooth, it was comfortable. My legs felt fine afterwards. No problems at all.
The outsole has the same amount of rubber on it. I think they said there's a little bit more. It might be the thickness. The thickness of the rubber. Yeah. But you get that Fruity Pebble look, and yabba dabba doo, who doesn't love some Fruity Pebs?
Yeah, you get this Fruity Pebble look for this specific edition, which won't be available at launch. It's the celebration of sport, and it's going to be available around the time of the Olympics.
Whole sound mind, sound body thing.
Yeah, you got it right that time.
I did, first time.
Which would you rather have, a sound mind or a sound body? Like, would you rather have a rockin' body and you'd be nuts, or be really good?
I want the sound body because I feel like that can cover up for the rest on the outside.
You can still get pretty far.
Yeah. There's plenty of crazy people out there that get by on just good looks.
Yeah, I mean, The Rock.
Is he crazy? I think he's pretty normal.
He's normal.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, he's normal.
Yeah. Who's a crazy person with a good body? So this one weighs 291 grams for a size 10, 10.26 ounces. So right in there, that daily trainer. So that's right in there for what I would consider decent. Anything under 11 is really nice, daily trainer. This one was 10.05, let's see again. 10.26. Now the difference is, this is a size 10 and a half.
And this is a size 10. 10.16, so
Yeah.
pretty much right there.
So at a size 10 and a half, it weighs 10.05 or 285 grams. Now, the new one at a size 10, so a half size smaller, is weighing 289 grams or 10.19 ounces. It actually is probably a little bit heavier. And you know where I'd probably attribute that to, Robbie?
What?
One, you got the new gusset on there, so that's gonna add a couple grams. And then they said that there's more rubber on it.
Yeah.
So it's probably gonna be a little more durable. So a thicker layer of ASICS rubber on the bottom there. And you can also see they added some taping on the back here.
Yeah, I like the taping.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
A little crazy.
Cool.
The reflectiveness, there's some reflective there. It's gonna look great with my jeans for the Jean Mile.
Oh yeah, speaking of which,
Yeah.
I guess this video will be out by then, right?
Yeah, it will. Yeah, May 1st is the official kickoff. You can go to Race Roster, sign up for it. It's all part of ASICS' effort to shine a light on mental wellness, and it's the sound mind, sound body campaign. What we're doing is, I don't know if you know, Johnny Gregoric is our athlete who has the world record for the fastest mile in a jean. I think it's like 4 minutes and 6 seconds, because ASICS is donating $40,600 to his charity for mental wellness. And you can participate and help raise money by signing up for the free event on Race Roster. Run a mile in your jeans, clock it there, submit it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, and don't be cheating with wearing spandex jeans.
You know, 75% cotton content is the requirement. We're going to be doing a little special for it. We'll show you some videos and stuff of our team doing the Jean Mile. We're going to do it with the Faster Bastards, and we'll have that up. We'll do other promotional stuff this month and share some things with you so you know what's going on.
What jeans are you wearing?
I got the Levi's 512 tapered.
Hey, that's what I got too.
Yeah.
All right, I look pretty good. I think my butt looks pretty good, and I'm just saying. Guess we'll find out come race day.
So we'll have more information about that. Check it out. We'll be promoting it on our gram and all that stuff. So it should be a lot of fun.
Overall, I think it's gonna be a really nice daily trainer. That said, I feel like if you loved the first version, you're not gonna like this one.
I know. I think they're gonna love this one.
You think so?
Absolutely. I disagree with you a little bit on the softness too, because while I think it's soft in the landing, it's nowhere near like a Hoka
right.
You know, that really soft. This really fits into that daily trainer where it has a little bit of give and a little bit of bounce.
Fair.
And I like, one reason it's gonna be in my top shoes is you get the nice cushion when you land, and you get a nice feeling of energy return when you take off. So for me, I actually think if you like the first version, you're gonna love this. I know Megan does.
Well, report back if you had the first version.
Absolutely. We'd love to hear your feedback on it. Obviously, as popular as the shoe is, we expect it to be even more popular. The price point is right at $130. I think it's gonna fit a lot of people's needs. I do think this is a shoe that you can use as a daily trainer. So Robbie, other shoes I would compare it to for daily trainer are the Pegasus 38.
Same.
Although that one's kind of polarizing, because when it works for people, they really love it. When it doesn't, they really don't. So I'm trying to figure out what will be in our top 3 daily trainers. Maybe we'll do a halfway through the year comparison or something. But definitely this one I think is gonna accommodate more people than the Nike. Another shoe I would probably compare it to is the Mach 4. which is lighter but has that same nice soft bounce. It's about, I'd say it's close to 2 ounces lighter.
Yeah, it's at least 1.5 ounces. But anyways, yeah.
And you think the New Balance?
Oh, the New Balance Beacon, for sure. I feel like it's a similar ride to it. The upper on this is way better than the Beacon in my opinion.
Better than the Beacon.
I would say the Skechers Go Run Ride 9, which we should have a review coming.
Yeah, that one's a little too like firm with the rocker for me, but we'll get into it. We're gonna pick out our favorites for the year. Maybe we should do the midway through the year review. Also, I'm running in something from Brooks that we can't talk about yet.
Oh yeah.
That is also, I want to say I'm surprised. Like, hey, you won't hear this out of my mouth too often, but kind of loving a Brooks shoe right now.
Yeah, it's coming out. That review will be coming out soon, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Also excited. But anyways, I would say this is an exciting daily trainer.
I would.
Because a lot of daily trainers are kind of just like boring, 880 V11, the Saucony Ride. To me, those are just like straightforward, kind of more boring shoes. This is an exciting one.
I think it's cool. I like it. I like the look, the feel. ASICS doing all right. So that's it. But, you know, we won't take any more of your time, but we will take some of your blood.
Oh, yeah. Because we are Vampire Weekend?
Yeah, well, now it's the weekdays, Vampire Weekdays, where you got responsibilities.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, why would we be talking about blood?
Well, because we are sponsored this week by Inside Tracker, who takes your blood, not literally, you give it to them, and they analyze it, send you back a report with some recommendations. Yeah, the algorithms do it. Yeah. The algorithms do everything these days.
What it does is it checks on your nutrition, all your levels that you need to have optimal performance, and gives you a report back that's easy to read, easy to use, and easy to apply. So, for example, Megan and I did it. Megan got back information that she was low on iron. She started taking blood builders, and it really helped her performance. And as a matter of fact, she PR'd in the marathon shortly after doing that.
So now she's an Iron Woman.
Yeah.
Cool, she has superpowers. So
totally super.
You can get superpowers too, so you can save 25% if you go to the link in our description, insidetracker.com/believe in the run.
Don't even need to put a code in.
No code, just
go there. 25% off all our products, so check it out, Inside Tracker. So Robbie, what do we need people to do?
So make sure you subscribe to us, that's very important. Like this video, also important. Follow us on all our social media, Instagram, Strava, Facebook, I guess.
Yeah, and check us out, our podcast, the weekly podcast, The Drop, where we interview all sorts of interesting people.
Don't we have an ASICS athlete coming up soon?
Yeah, Emma Bates.
Sweet.
She loved this shoe, by the way.
She's great.
So yeah, she's coming back on. We interviewed her when we were doing the lives over the summer, and now we're gonna have her on the podcast. She's just that interesting. She's switched over to Boss training group in Boulder. So we've got some new things to talk to her about. Obviously, she's tried out some of the newer ASICS racing shoes as well. So we'll get her opinion on that. And we're kicking off a new bi-weekly or
semi-monthly
podcast with Megan Featherston of Featherstone Nutrition, where we're gonna have a specific piece basically just covering nutrition and performance with Megan and Meg and myself.
It's gonna get super confusing.
It's gonna be so confusing, but we want you to participate. We want you to submit your questions about nutrition and we'll cover it. We have a way, if you go to the Anchor app and record your message, we will actually play it on the podcast so people get to hear your lovely voice. So check that out. Fuel for your soul. Check it out. And say hi to your mom. We'll see you soon.
All right. Oh, I know one.
Okay.
Jose Canseco.
You think he has a good body?
I mean, at one point he did. He's absolutely insane though.
Oh. I would say Mike Tyson.
Yeah. I mean, but he's also been beaten the head 1,000 times. So it's like that doesn't help things.
What about Ian McGregor, whatever, the guy that does that stuff? He is also someone who gets hit in the head. All right.
Conor McGregor?
Yeah, who's the one that's MMA?
He's a little mad.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to mess with him.